All right, so here we are. It's January, South Florida. That means racing is in full effect, and everybody's at their peak right now, and they are ready to send it into 10 months of pure racing. At least that's what it felt like the entire race. You know, Aminorip and Zeil and Rush and Somi Bike and a couple other teams all really came out here fully squatted, or at least over 50% of the team was out here representing. My job on this was to be aggressive, keep the pace high, and try to let our sprinters rest as much as possible. We had one designated sprinter, but it is what it is. Plans get blown to smithereens in races all the time, and there's nothing you can do about it. You just have to adapt and rebuild, and that's what makes a great team, is rebuilding. Unfortunately, this race was rather odd. I don't know what it is about this course, but I feel like every time we come to this course in January, it's pedal clips and crashes and people flying over handlebars. And this race didn't disappoint. That's exactly what happened. People taking the inside line, trying to cut corners that, sometimes they're there, but it's a risky move. And, the people on the outside or in the middle are going around it at 30, and you're cutting the inside, so you got to pedal through to keep up, or you're going to get dropped. And they pedal clip all the time. But yeah, I kind of stayed at the front most of this race, and when they let me, I just settle in and kind of bring things back and watch to make sure no real threats went up the road. And if that happened, then have to dig deep and bring it back. But there was a couple times that there's this guy from Zeil, Lewis. He would counterattack me at the perfect time, and it would kill shot me almost. There was one time it was me and him together, and he wanted me to rotate. And we've been down this road a million times together. Me and him are in breaks a lot, and he's looking at me like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I can't match you right now. I just can't. And ultimately we got brought back, but it's okay. That's what teammates are for, and you get dropped. You get brought back, and hopefully, the team is staying well rested back there, and they can come up and help. And if you look here, we got a little bit of a breakaway, and this guy, kind of riding him out until the end. It's kind of trying to motivate him, I think, and get him to close this gap. And the field comes around, so that's cool. But yeah, so we had a lot of wind, and I'm breathing hard because the amount of cold air. It was a cold day in Miami. It was windy. People were wobbling all over the place. The air flow was heavy today. So I got a cough, of course. But yeah, so, break up the road. I think every team is in this break, so nobody really wants to get to it. I didn't care about getting into it. This guy's flicking his elbow, wanting me to go around. Probably not going to happen, but somebody else will. And when that happens, I'll jump on that train and ride it back up. There was a couple times that brakes went up the road, and I thought for sure they would stick, but everybody was so aggressive today. They weren't letting anything go up the road. Everything was coming back, and I think it's because I started racing 3 years ago, I think. And when I first started racing in Miami, it was fast, but it wasn't as developed as it is right now. And so here I am right now trying to go. It slowed up a little bit. I'm going to try to make it happen again. But yeah, so back to what I'm saying. the teams weren't as organized as they are right now. Like every team has a sprinter, every team has a workhorse, every team has people that are gonna gut themselves 2 laps to bring a break back, and see you later, they're pulling off and they're going home. So it's a lot harder to make things happen nowadays than it was 2-3 years ago when I first started into this whole racing scene. And I don't know if I'm sure. Yeah, I think I had everybody on me, so that kind of got shut down. Yeah, so right here, crash. See, a field bunched up and it crashed, and I went off into the road. I tore my tire up. I had no idea I'm riding on a tire that's half blown up, but you could see people running down. It was quite a lot of the field got taken out. But I didn't, thank God, but now I'm have to chase to get back on, because I'm not too sure if this field allows free laps, and I know a couple races in Miami don't allow free laps, and I don't want to risk that. So I'm just gonna go, and hopefully I can catch them and reattach to the group and get a break and get back into the race. But I mean, with any kind of bike racing, if you do bike racing, if you hear carbon crunch, it's almost like an automatic let's go, like full gas, we're attacking. And it's a crazy sport, because you just don't, you feel bad for your fellow friends, and they're all friends at the end of the day. This is just, it's racing, but you attack, and everybody, as I passed by, it looks like everybody got up. I don't know if there was any injuries. I didn't hear of any, but I mean, we weren't going that fast, and that's the thing. We all bunched up. Some people leaned into each other, and pop goes the weasel. So yeah, so now it's 2 laps of me chasing to get back on after being on the front. It's a shame my power meter doesn't work. I mean, that sucks. It's really a bummer. And the whole race, it kept beep, beep, low battery, disconnected, reconnected. I should have just attached to somebody else's power meter. But still, so yeah, I get back and I reattach to the main field, and it's go time again. So everybody's off the road. It seems like everybody's okay from the crash. And I think, as I pass by, I see people getting pushed back in. So I knew there was a free lap right there on the left. So, and then that guy crashed out pretty good. So I saw his jersey rip. So I knew right there, okay, this allows free laps, which would have been nice. Because when you do, I swear, when you're at USA Crits, if someone hits a pebble and goes down and you're 20 bikes back, they're all taking free laps. So if you look down at my Garmin right now, you can see we're an hour and 8 minutes into the race. And this was a 90-minute crit, 80-minute crit. So, and that was, most of these crits in Miami have always been 45 minutes plus 5 laps or whatever, but we started going towards the 90-minute races, and I think a lot of people get fatigued. I know I felt it at an hour, and I was kind of like, I'm done playing bikes, but, we just keep grinding. And I'm hurting right now. You can see I'm losing the wheel of my teammate. And then I'm like, okay, well, I need to keep him fresh, so I need to get up and kind of either keep this pace down or bring it back together. Just get up to the front. I need to be up front. And then I see an opportunity here, I believe, where I can kind of squeeze through now. Yeah, it slows back down. In crit racing, I always remember someone telling me if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards, and that can't be any more true. If you stop pedaling for a half a second, it's like it's with racing. It's like people are going, and if you get caught not pedaling, you're going backwards. And big courses like big courses like Piccolo, that's okay because there's room for you to kind of move around, and turns aren't as sharp or narrow. But when you start getting, in these USA crits and you got 150 guys on the field, then and you have to go in maybe 1 or 2 bike lengths, it's tough. Position is tough. And these guys at the front, they're bombing corners at 35 miles an hour, and you're in the back having to brake with the rest of everybody, and you're doing 1,200 watts. And that's exactly what did me in that Intelligentsia. Started too far back. Small courses with really tight turns and lots of people, and it killed me. Granted, I did a lot of races too, and that I was burnt out, but it was tough. And another plus about this race, we have the under 23 national champion Michael Hernandez in it, which is really cool. And that guy's the real deal. I mean, he did Tour de California. I think he got like 20th place on the first stage against legit World Tour pros. So he's no dummy. And I think I haven't raced with him much because he's been racing real bikes. But here's another almost crash. He kept bunching up in front of cars. But yeah, he's playing real bikes, so it's kind of crazy. Like last time I raced with him, I think it was in Pensacola, and he took off, and I was like, we'll catch him. I think he soloed to the finish. So I learned you just assume everybody can just solo to the finish and don't let him go. So we're coming up, I think this is going into the final 5 laps. And I kind of dropped to the back because I need to rest. I want to keep it, I was hoping for a breakaway this whole day, and it did not happen. Now I got to be with my teammates and try to get positioned and take a little break because I really want to keep the pace high for the last 2 laps. And my intentions were, okay, go hard. If you get a solo win, awesome. But if not, then try to hold it as hard as you can so your teammates get lined up and do what they need to do. You can see this is like the calm before the storm. That always happens. It gets down to 25, 26. People are trying to figure out where they want to be, who can make it up front, who can't. So, and then once everybody kind of gets up front, they figure it out and they go. But we have Anthony and Leo and then me sitting right now in the line. So that's pretty good. Sebastian, I think, is third or fourth wheel up there, so that he's in no man's land, like up at the front with no help. And I know I need to start making my way up to the front and be up there. I think this is the lap I start making my move up to the front. I mean, we're going 27 to 30 right now. So moving forward is kind of difficult. Boom, right here. The group slows. Perfect opportunity. Went right to the front. Sebastian's on my left, and I'm like, okay, we're good. We're good. Two to go. So I drop the hammer. Full gas. 31 miles an hour. Just commit. Bomb this corner, and I haven't looked back yet, so I have no idea what's behind me. I'm just gonna keep going as hard as I can and hope that, oh, boom, Lewis, watt bomb, dropped. And I looked back and I saw his teammate on my wheel. So we have two options at this point. I give up because I'm dying and let him go, and I've been down this road with him and he will solo to the win. Nobody will catch him. So I said I cannot let him go. So I just hit the afterburners and I go. With Torcat on my wheel, I know that if I let him go, Torcat's done and he's going to let his teammate win. I'm hoping that my teammate's lining up behind me and everything's squared good. He looks back, so I see right here he's kind of like, okay, I'm done. And I'm like, okay, I gotcha. So let me just take a breath. Come around this corner. Boom. Dropped it again. I was like, no. So he goes, and I'm like, okay, I got you. So this is coming into the final turn, and I said, oh God, here we go. He gives up, sprinters come around, guy takes the inside, pedals through, pedal clip, see you later. That ruins my race. But here it is, 4-race series. I stop, and I'm like, okay, race is over. And then I'm like, wait, no, damn, no, I gotta go. I gotta get points. So then I kind of just take off again, and I think I come in 7th. So not the best, but it is what it is, and overall good day. So kept all my skin, can't complain. And congrats to Zeil, Torcat, and congrats to Gil, and congrats to Hernandez. I think that was the top 3, and Sebastian got 4th. So, and I don't know who got 5th. Somebody got 5th, but I don't know who it is. All I know is that next race is on Saturday, and it's go time, and there's no messing around. It's time to make things happen. So, peace.